Stadium, Sheffield. It's the first round match in the Silk Cut Challenge competition. The Warrington team are on the field as selected per programme. Never seen a rugby ground like this, but they've got the pitch in a very, very fine state after all the frost they've had. It's very hard out there. And they thought it was fine. I'd rather have this than mud. We can throw the ball about. But the amazing thing is the corners. It is a ground track, as you can see, and the corners of the pitch are made of foam rubber. So how the ball will bounce on those foam rubber corners, we'll just have to wait and see. The Warrington team. Number 1, Paul Ford. Number 2, Brian Carbett. Number 3, John Bevan. At number 4, Paul Unane. 5, Mark Foster. Number 6, Captain Ken Kelly. Number 7, new signing Andy Gregory. Number 8, Glyn Shaw. At number 9, Steve Moylan. Number 10, Bob Jackson. At 11, Tony Worrell. 12, Mark Roberts. 13, Bob Eccles. Substitutes for Warrington, number 14, Ian Duane. 15, Carl Webb. The Sheffield Eagles team, number 1, Jeff Morton. Number 2, have changed there, Pat Mitchell. Number 3, Mark Campbell. Number 4, Darryl Powell. Number 5, Ian MacDonald. Number 6, Mark Gamson. Number 7, Clive Pickerel. Number 8, Steve Redfern. At 9, Gary Hetherington. At 10, Billy Harris, remember him, Wembley, 1974. Number 11, Kevin Farrell. Number 12, Peter Wilders. Number 13, Arnold Hemmer. At 14, substitute Ian Jowett. At 15, veteran Vince Farrer. The referee, Mr. Derek Fox of Wakefield, and touch judges Kay Waddle and R.A. Needham. It's a very, very fine, bright afternoon. The Warrington team are limbering up. The music almost suits the movements. It's pop mobility for the wires. As you can see, the crowd is sparse. But there's only 5 minutes to go before kick-off. I'll see Tony Barrow down there with Derek Whitehead. And our friend Ocker in the dugout. Long-serving photographer Eddie Fuller's there with his Vladimir hat on. I think the biggest gate they've had so far here at Sheffield since they turned to rugby league is about 1100. Whether they'll exceed that today or not, we don't know. We announced the arrival of the Sheffield Eagles team. I've never seen a team come out so late. Perhaps they've been playing a bit of gamesmanship on the wire. We'll find out. As you can see, Sheffield Eagles, they play in white, claret and gold. That's their official colours. Referee coming on the field, Mr. Fox with his linesman. And they've got a 6-year-old mascot. The little boy, believe it or not, is the mascot of Sheffield Eagles, although he looks like a Warrington scrum half. The kit is wearing. Mascot Daniel Hill, age 6. Shaking hands with the referee. Referee shaking hands with Captain Kelly. Kelly shaking hands with the officials and the opposing captain. Coins tossed. And it looks to me that Kelly won the toss, I think, and has decided to play towards the factory end of the ground. I've never been here before, so I'm unfamiliar with it, but it's playing towards obviously a brand new factory. And it's a beautiful day, and we should see some fine open rugby from Wire after the superb win against Bradford. People still coming onto the ground. And obviously Kelly did win the toss because Sheffield Eagles kicked deep. And the ball's gathered by Brian Carbett. Jinking run from Brian, they've still not downed him. On the wires 25. Glyn Shaw beats his man beautifully, loses the ball. referee, quite rightly, rules knock on. And first scrum of the game. Being fed from the far side. Clive Pickerel to put in. Feed it again, Clive. Sheffield's ball. Gregory bottles him up. Pickerel plays. Ball to Arnold Hemmer. Number 13. Kelly, Unane, and John Bevan ruled offside. Penalty kick here to Sheffield Eagles. They're bringing sand on the pitch. I would have thought there's enough sand already on the pitch. And there's lots of sand around the pitch for the greyhounds to race on. We've got shouts of come on wire, so we've got some people made the long journey here to Sheffield. The match was only declared on this morning. Taking a long time to place this ball. It's on the 25-yard line, just to the left of the left hand upright. Can't see the number of the kicker. No goal. Wise ball, Mark Foster playing it. Steve Moylan to Glenshaw, loses it. It's Sheffield's ball, Eagles have it. All the action in the Wise 25 area. Good tackle there from Bob Jackson on his opposite number 10, Billy Harris. Referee rules knock on, stops the clock. Billy Harris injured in that tackle, which looked perfectly fair by Aussie Bob Jackson. Billy Harris okay. Andy Gregory to feed. Referee Fox having problems with the pack. Penalty differential for feeding his own forwards. Andy Gregg the offender. Goal kicker is Arnold Hemmer, I think. No, they play this tap, of course, it's differential. Sorry, differential. Try to move there. Didn't work. Wire still penned in their own half. Giant prop there, Steve Redfern, what a big fella. Number 8. 3 Warrington players to bring it to ground. Bob Jackson in the tackle. There's Glenshaw in the tackle that time. Still pressure on Warrington here. Long pass, goes astray, knocked back by the fullback. Tony Wall tries for it, eventually it comes to Eagles' possession. Centre 3/4, Mark Campbell that was. Still just outside the Wise 25. Centre of the pitch, sanded. Drop goal attempt here, is it a good one? Yes, good drop goal. Eagles into a 1-point lead. Didn't spot the kicker, sorry, not familiar with the Sheffield players yet. Not done any commentaries for several seasons. Dead. Good kick, and it means drop out from under the sticks. So Eagles in the lead after 7 minutes or so. Not a good drop. Gregory's got the ball. Gregory's going hard. Gregory's running well. He's brought down. 8 yards from the Sheffield Eagles line. John Bevan adducting halfback to Kelly. Turns the other way to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles bursting through, I think. No, he's brought down well. Cover tackle is good there. Warrington obviously bringing the ball left this time. Gregory, Kelly. Tony Waddle loses it. Sheffield Eagles in possession. Inside the 25 area. Waddle the tackler, Sheffield with it. Waddle and Mark Roberts in the tackle that time. Knock on from the giant prop Steve Redfern. Well, he knocks it forward, it's Warrington's ball. That's Moylan to Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory pass, not a good one I'm afraid, Andy low one. Sheffield in possession again. Wire are making mistakes. Gregory talking to the referee, not happy. Being told. Penalty kick to Eagles. Andy Gregory had something to say. Number 13, Arnold Hammer, takes the touch kick and finds it. Just on the Sheffield 25, far side of the pitch. Mark Roberts, the tackler. Billy Harris with the ball. Waddle and Jackson, the tacklers. Ordunane, Andy Gregg, the tacklers. Gary Hetherington, the hooker. Long kick taken well by Paul Ford. Paul Ford running strongly. Puts the ball inside to John Bevan. John Bevan grasped. Bad pass that Kelly manages to take very well and throws a good one to Andy Gregg. Andy Gregg with the dummy, but they've got him wrapped up this time. The Warrington chant continues, we'll support you evermore. Glyn Shaw, inside to Bob Jackson. Bob Eccles, the dummy half, tries to make the break, but he's well tackled. Steve Moylan, Andy Gregory, Ken Kelly. Kelly plays. Andy Gregory with an up and under. It's directly up and under. Looks like Sheffield's ball bounces well for them. Sheffield have most of the ball. We're going to Wembley, shout the Warriors fans. Let's hope we are. Chip through for touch, and is it going? Yes, a very fine kick for Sheffield Eagles, appreciated by their supporters on the far bank. It's Andy Gregory to feed. Ball in, Wire's ball. Good pass to Ken Kelly. Kelly long pass. Finds Unane. Paul's grasped by Mark Campbell. Play in Kelly's hands. Kelly crashed down by Gary Hetherington, who I think is the director of the club as well as the player, coach, captain. That's Mark Forster playing the ball. Andy Gregory, nice short pass to teammate Glyn Shaw, played many years with him at Widnes. Unceremoniously dumped there. Glyn, Moylan acting halfback. Gregory, long low pass to Kelly. Kelly couldn't get away. Bob Eccles tries for touch, but it looks as though it's Sheffield Eagles. Yes, Jeff Morton, fullback in possession. Tackled directly on the halfway line. The wingman's come inside. Ian McDonald, programmed to play number 2, playing number 5 today. Arnold Hemmer. Sheffield still with it. That's a very bad pass. That's Warrington's ball, obviously. Glenshaw gathered that well. Bob Jackson dummy half to Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory slips a pass to Ken Kelly. This is a break there. This is a break. He's got Paul Unane with it. Paul Unane. They won't catch Paul Unane. This is a fine try. Nice player. Nice try. Right under the sticks. Just where he wanted. As Alex would say, what a try! Loads of applause for that try, which proves to me that there must be a lot of Warrington spectators here. Well, the Sheffield Eagles fans certainly appreciate a good move. Superb move. That beautiful passing, and so nicely taken by Paul Unane. So the kickers, wingman Brian Calvert, right under sticks. Derek Whitehead with the bucket of sand. Kicked a few himself in his day. Derek. Should be a formality this to Brian. Yes, it is. Warrington going to the lead. 6 points to 1. We want more wire, come on. Eagles kick going deep. Covered well by young Roberts, he stumbles. The fine debut match for the first team against Bradford. Roberts, now it's in the hands of Wyatt. Tony Worrell. I notice now Tony Worrell's number 12, he's programmed as number 11. They've obviously swapped shirts, Mark Roberts and Tony Worrell. Try score Unane plays it. Andy Gregg with that short pass to Bob Jackson. Jackson to Moylan. Moylan's tackled by 3 Eagles players. Throws the long pass back, does Jackson to Paul Ford, who thumps the ball up the field. Taken well by Jeff Morton, the fullback for Sheffield. Tries to make a break, but there's too many wiremen round him. Well, they're singing to keep themselves warm, but it's a lovely day here in Sheffield. Ideal day for rugby. Referee saw an offence, Warrington offside, penalty kick. Hammer takes the kick, left-footed, finds it well, right on the Warrington 25-yard line. And it's that big man again, Steve Redfern, number 8, biggest man on the field. Inside the Warrington 25. Eagles throwing this ball about. Trying to slip move there. The loose forward's got it, Emma. Arnold Hemmer. Pressure on wire. Good long pass to Hetherington. Hetherington to number 4, Darrell Powell. Now it's stand-up half, Mark Ganson. Warrington's ball. Kelly with it to John Bev. JB tries a pass to Brian Calvert, but not a good pass, John. You're better at dealing blackjack. Only joking, John, you're bigger than me. Older, but bigger. And it's Sheffield's feed. Referee says no, re-scrum. Gregory's ball out to Paul Ford. Paul Ford running strongly. running straight, but two players bring him down. MacDonald, Morton. Sheffield offside. Gregory to take the tap, I think. No, it's not. They're bringing Calvert over and going for touch. And it's Calvert kicking to our commentary position. But as ever, safe, good touch kick. Just outside the 25-yard line, and it's Kelly to take the tap. Referee moves him forward, slip to Moylan. Moylan waits for Bob Jackson. Bob Jackson on the rampage. Kelly dummy half to Moylan. Moylan slips the ball to Bob Eccles. Big Bob, high tackle on Bob, he beats the big tackle, throws it to Mark Foster, who goes in and scores his first try ever on rubber. He said, if I get the ball, I'm going for the rubber, not for the grass, because it's very hard in that corner. That's Mark Foster's first try on rubber. Well done, Mark Foster. Well, he said if I get a chance in the corner, I'm going for the rubber, and he certainly did. And look how he's messed that line up. They've not got ball boys here, I noticed. They must. Lions had to go with the ball to give to Brian Calvert, who hopes to convert this one. Mr. Sandman, Derek Whiting, gives Brian the sand, lining up the ball. Difficult kick, but we've seen him kick goals. And there's apparently no wind out at all. The corner flags are virtually still. The crowd still as Calvert prepares to take it. Both hands heavily strapped. Takes his time, good temperament. Oh, no, sorry. Bad one. Warren in the lead, 10 points to 1. I went to the dressing rooms, the Warrington dressing room here at Sheffield before the match, and it's so small they had to change in relays. Couldn't all change together. Never seen such a small dressing room. It's a nice way to make friends. And it's Sheffield to kick. Unane takes it well. Paul Unane. Brought down by Gary Hetherington and Steve Redfern. Moylan dummy half to Glynshaw. Two men on Glynshaw in the Warrington half. Moylan again slips the ball to Bob Jackson. Bob Jackson gains a few vital yards, gets him again and a few more yards, almost on the halfway line. Moylan dummy half to Andy Gregg, to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles slips inside to Tony Waddle, playing number 12, into the Sheffield Eagles half. And it's Andy Gregory. Nice pass to Paul Unane. He's looking at him and throws it over his shoulder, but Gregory takes it brilliantly, one-handed. Beautiful pick up there, class. Almost into the 25 area of Sheffield. Waddle has the ball to Kelly. Kelly to Roberts. Roberts really gets out of the tackle to John Bevan. But John Bevan goes down. There's gymnastic tackle roll. Kelly puts it up and under it. Looks like a good one to me. Right under the sticks, it's dropping. It's beautiful. It's fumbled by the fullback, but he grounds it. So that's another drop out from under the sticks. Good bomb of that from Kelly. Kick from Sheffield. Calvert gathers. Coming to the left. Bad language from the field. I heard that myself right from our commentary position. Someone used the word that only Bill Connell is allowed to use on television. And Steve Moylan to Andy Gregory to Kelly. Reverse with Worrell. Kelly beats his man. He gives it to John Bevan. John Bevan well tackled. on the Eagles 25. Waller work around with Kelly. Kelly long pass to Gregory. Gregory interception there, almost by number 3 for Sheffield, Mark Campbell. So quiet here with the referee's instructions. He's broad Yorkshire accent of Derek Fox, the referee from Wakefield. Gregory puts in once again a re-scrum. Loose arm Warrington, we can hear the ref distinctly, and pulling down. Hetherington doesn't agree, but the referee's word is final. Whether he's right or wrong, it's final. Kelly brings Carpet across to take the penalty kick. He's going for touch. It's differential, of course. Very good kick. Very good kick indeed. Fine kick. Kelly's taking the tap. I'll play. Reverse move, bringing in Blinshaw from towards the sticks from that pass. By Warrington's hooker. Moylan again to Gregory. Gregory well held, they're trying to drag the ball off him. Moylan's in there to help. Moylan, reverse pass to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles gets it away to Paul Ford. Paul Ford going for the corner. Well tackled. In the right place at the right time, Paul Ford again. Bob Eccles long pass to Kelly. Kelly throws this out to Unane. Unane, nice pass to Mark Foster, but he's in touch, just not in touch. Good tackle there. I thought Mark would be in there, but it was a fine tackle by Sheffield. Warrington still leading 10 points to 1. Gregory fumbles that one. Referee rules knock on. And he doesn't like it. Sheffield's head and ball. Pickerel to feed. Differential penalty given. Feet up against Moylan. Arnold Hammer bangs the ball into touch, hits the ground track and bounces back. That's Billy Harris bangs Bob Jackson off, and I think Bob felt that one. He won't show it though. Big Steve Redfern, bottled up by Moylan and Worrell. Sheffield trying to work moves. Jackson the tackler again. Steve Redfern to stand off half Mark Ganson. Captain Kelly the tackler. Arnold Hammer grubbers it into touch. Scrum on the far side. First home match they've had this year here at Sheffield due to ground conditions. Kelly with the ball to Paul Ford, a long pass to Paul Unane. Paul Unane beats his man beautifully. He gives a nice pass to Mark Foster. Mark's got it in his own half. He's running well. This is going to be a try and a half. Well, just score. What a super try. Beautiful play. Kelly to Paul Unane. Unane, beautiful pass. But didn't Mark Foster, didn't he do well? Brian Talbot to take the kick. Fine try, right, 65 yards I'd say that was. But lovely passing from Kelly to Paul Unane, and a classic pass from Unane to Mark Foster. who took the try brilliantly. This has got to be a goal from Brian Carvett. No problem between the uprights. Wire in the lead, 16 points to 1. The ground announcer sounding more distressed as the points pile up against him. I know how he feels. I know how he feels. This loose forward hammer to kick off. Taken well by Mark Forster. Sorry, Mark Roberts. Got the marks wrong. No marks for getting marks wrong. Worrell to Moylan, Gregory, Big Glynshaw. Steve Moylan, dummy half. Brings it right to Bob Jackson. Ever foraging. Moylan, Gregory, finds Kelly. Kelly, good pass. And this is Mark Roberts on a run. Got the name right this time, isn't he? Going well. Throws a lovely pass to Brian Carvett. Got to be in there. He's going over the line. Superb rugby from wire. Brilliant break by Mark Roberts. It's nice to see the wingers getting tries. 2 games in succession. Superb. Warrington 20, Sheffield Eagles 1. And it's Carvett to take this one. Taking his time as always, very composed. Fine kick, fine kick. That's the ground announcer. Eagles 1. Warrington 22. Paul Unane gathers off his boot. Making ground. Oh, trip, just an ankle tap. Not a trip, an ankle tap. Almost through them, Paul. Now it's Andy Gregg's turn. He's going, looking for the gap. Gets a lovely pass in, taken well by Glynshaw, and follows him all over the place. Good running from wire. Knock on ruled against Steve Moylan. And it's Eagles ball, head and ball to Eagles, Clive Pickerel. Scrum's turned. It's Sheffield Eagles ball. Look forward to me, but it's Sheffield on the attack. And a super tackle by Paul Unane. Jackson on hand to help, and Sheffield with the ball. Arnold Hammer inside to number 12, Peter Wilders. Sheffield throwing this ball about. Number 11 with it, knocked down by Tony Worrell. Warrington possession. I saw a trip there, I think. Yes, definitely a leg went across Paul Ford, and Warrington get a penalty kick. Quite rightly. And it's Carvett to kick. Right in the centre of his own 25 area. Makes no mistake. Right into the home side's box. Bounces out again. Good kick. Another ball comes under the pitch. Moylan throws it off. Takes the tap. Jackson on the burst. Now he misses Jackson out. Gives to Kelly. Kelly to Gregory. Gregory to Mark. Roberts. Right on the halfway line. Plays it to Greg. Big Bob. Can't find that gap. He will do soon. John Bev to Andy Gregg. Misses out Kelly Worrell. Worrell to Glynshaw. Glynshaw to Paul Unane. Beautiful pass to Mark Foster. Mark Foster chips it inside. And Unane takes it beautifully. And Unane throws it inside to Glynshaw. And that was superb football from Glynshaw. And superb artistry from Paul Unane. This boy is a class centre three-quarter for my money. That was magic. It's many a long years since I've seen a kick like that. Alan Norton's a genius at kicks. So is Bryn Nolden, players of the past. Jerry Hill. Albert Johnson, he could do it. Not seen it for a long, long time. Beautiful. Look forward to seeing that on the video when the coach back home. Glynshaw will be very pleased with that try. And Ryan Carver slots an easy kick over. Sheffield Eagles 1, Warrington 28. That was a great try. Enjoyed that. It's Paul Ford to field. Nice pass there. Interchange of play between Unane and Mark Foster, working a lovely understanding between them. This time it's Mark Roberts again. Bob Jackson gets the ball from Andy Gregory. Bob Jackson's tackled. Steve Moylan, dummy half to Captain Kelly. JB. Trying to work a run around, but very well tackled. Scrum down. 5 minutes to play. Warrington have 28 points on the board. We might see 50 points today. And it's Sheffield's ball. Good tackle there from John Bevan. Ian MacDonald, number 5 for Sheffield with the ball. Plays to Pickerel. Peter Wilders, well tackled. Mark Robertson, Jackson, the tacklers. Steve Redfern, brought down well. Ankles by Kelly, top off by Shaw. Sheffield looking a bit lost, looking a bit ragged. Oh, a dreadful pass from centre three-quarter Mark Campbell. Dare I say it. Put his side in the soup. Gregory feeds, but Pickerel's ball. Fullback Morton comes up well, but met with a good tackle from Kelly. The big fella, Steve Redfern. Warrington wrap him up. Pickerel to Emma, but it's Warrington's ball. No. An infringement, says the referee, and awards a penalty for pulling or dragging. And Billy Harris takes it, and he's almost over. Played against Warwick Wembley 1974. Featherstone. Broke somebody's nose on that occasion. I don't think who it was. No, Mr. Pitchford, our president, he'll remember it. But there's pressure on the Warrington line, but I think Wye will hold them out. They must not get complacent. I'm sure Mr. Bolton will tell them that at half time. He'll want more points with Reggie. And they're throwing this ball about Sheffield, still trying. Warrington's defence looks strong. Every man pulling his weight, no doubt about that. There's an up and under. Where's it going? It's bouncing anywhere. And it bounces for a try. Oh, goodness gracious me, and I'm talking about complacency. Oh, well, someone must get a smack on the arse for that one, if I may use the expression smack. That's complacency. So often happens when a team's got such a lead before half time. I think several players left the kick to each other. Ian McDonald, the try scorer, number 5 for Sheffield. Sheffield moved to 5 points, and it should be an easy goal kick for loose forward Emma. I think it's him. Yes. The name is spelled H-E-M-A. The ground announcer, he called him Hema. I will say his name's Hema. But I'll go by him. It's Hema from now on. Oh, Hema goes forward. Gregory gets pushed off there, and he doesn't like being pushed off, says Greg. It's Sheffield's ball in their own half. Gary Hetherington to Arnold Hema. Every player on the wire side doing the tackling, none more so than Ozzie Jackson. Good tackle from Big Bob. John Bevan in that tackle too. Andy Gregg there, the tackler. Arnold Hema with a long kick that Carvett's got covered, I'm sure. Yes, right into his hands. And it's a jinking run. He beats one man, going to his wing now. Inside pass to Paul Ford. Paul Ford brought down on the Warrington 25. Glynshaw plays it. Moylan passes it on to Tony Worrell. Andy Gregg trying to jink his way through, taking 3 men to bring him down. Moylan dummy half to Kelly. Kelly to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles to Unane. But there were 3 men waiting for Unane. Ken Kelly kicks deep. Morton gathers it well. Awkward bounce. Morton crash tackle well there. Jackson the tackler. Ian McDonald a try scorer with the ball for Sheffield Eagles. The big man inside to Darryl Powell. Almost half time, I should think. Sheffield with the ball on the halfway line. Ball stolen well by Bob Jackson. Moylan with it to Mark Roberts. He's running superbly well. He gets a slip pass into Glynshaw. Glynshaw moves it to Moylan. Moylan to Kelly. Kelly going to the corner. John Bevan going inside. Yes, no, he takes him on the outside. And gets another try. That raised fist of John Bevan's. He's ruled house ball. He's ruled house ball. I don't believe it. John Bevan doesn't believe it. The ground announcer announced a try. And there goes a half-time hooter. Well, I don't believe that, JB. Oh, they'll hear him in the valleys in that dressing room. Having that disallowed, that looked a perfectly good try to me. And John was certain it was a... Goodness me. Well, as you see, the players have not gone to the dressing rooms, they're so far away. And there's lectures being given. Reggie's really giving a challenge to people. Laying the law down, so is Derek Whitehead giving instructions to Ken Kelly. Everyone's talking. Why did Bob Jackson asking why didn't they allow the last try? Reggie Bolton's not happy about that try that Warrington gave away. But they take the break on the field. We don't see that very often in rugby league. John Bevan looks bewildered. Why? He's asking Kelly why they disallow it. Nobody knows. Kicks off for the second half and the band's still on the pitch, but they're in the wire half and they're in no danger, the band that is. Sheffield Eagles have the ball. Half-time entertainment from a local show band. Not quite James Last, but one day they may be in the big time. Right now, Ken Kelly. Pass to Mark Foster. This is dangerous for Mark Foster. Now he dives, but he's put into touch. Right in the far corner. And he wanted another rest on those foam cushionings I mentioned earlier on. Each corner of the ground. Sheffield had the ball, but once again referee Fox says feed it again. Clive Pickerel has it, tries to go blind. He's well bottled. Bob Eccles wraps him up. Sheffield with it, gives it to this big man, Redfern. In a very clean first half. Hope it stays that way. We want more tries, Wire. Still a sunny afternoon here. Nice break there by Kevin Farrell for Sheffield. Long throw back to Arnold Hema. He kicks and it's gathered well by Hetherington. Slip pass, coming left. Inside. Good football this. Best football Sheffield have played. Mark Gamson has it. Billy Harris inside to Big Steve. Pickerel. Give it to Hema. Hema to Willman. McDonald, the try scorer. Plays it. Pickerel. Long past the Gamson. No, it's Hetherington. Gamson has it now. Gamson's got the gap. Oh, right through it. He was wide open. He was right. This is complacency. Mark Gamson, the try scorer for Eagles. Right under the sticks, the gap was Miles. And the goal kicker, Arnold Hema. Points the ball bullet-wise. There's lots of shouting on the sticks. Ken Kelly's having a little chat, which is unusual. Oh, and he kicks it under the bar. That was a simple kick. Oh, desperate. Sheffield Eagles 11, Warrington 28. Come on, Wire. Paul Ford comes up from fullback to kick off. kick deep, hope he makes it bounce in play before it goes dead. Sure, he'll try that. But I think this is covered. Yes. Two men went for it, nearly made a mess of that one, but they got away with it. And there's an injury. There's an injury. With Moylan, but he's okay. He's up. Hard lads, these. Sheffield on their own 25-yard line. The first pass the wingman's had on that side. The black lad. He puts a kick in, very well taken by Paul Ford. The black lad being Pat Mitchell. And he goes into the tackle, brings Ford down, who gains ground to the halfway line. Bob Jackson with it. Pass to Paul Unane, lovely inside pass to Mark Foster, but Mark loses it and decides to pull his opposite number down. And it's Sheffield with the ball. The Sheffield man looks injured. And it's the big man. Well, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, especially on hard ground like this. I remember playing amateur many years ago. Crossfields. And we had a 6'5" forward playing against him, and we were told not to tackle him, just to hold him. The ground was so hard. But Warrington have an injury. It's Glyn Shaw, looks like a leg injury to me. They were waving to the bench. The physio's on. Gordon Pinkley's having a look at Glyn Shaw's leg, and the Sheffield physio's done his job to his injured man. Steve Moylan has a chat with the opposition as they wait for the referee to start play. But he looks as though he's got a bad knee, but the referee says no, play on. So the ball's back in play. Glyn Shaw's up, but not very happy, looking towards the bench. But Sheffield Eagles have the ball, and they've climbed to 11 points. Warrington's still on the 28. Good tackle there from John Bevan. Make sure the man can't pass. That's the way to do it, JB. It's the big fella again. Steve Redfern, well tackled by Bob Jackson and Tony Worrell. Bob Jackson tried to charge that down. That kick came from Arnold Heemer. The ball now in Carver's hands. He wriggles out, beats two men, running across, then he decides to go forward. But there's three men involved, and he still gets the pass out to Steve Moylan. That was bad tackling from Sheffield. And Carl Webb is warming up on the touchline. Obviously, he's going to replace Glyn Shaw. I bet he's dying to get him that field. But Kelly's got a break now. Kelly's moving well, but he's brought down. Angle chap on the standoff. Gamson heard himself taking Kelly then. But Gregory gets it with a nice pass to Bob Eccles, and Bob Eccles, he's looking for space. He's through. I'll bet on this. There's no stopping him. He's there, Big Bob, yet again. Tried disallowing that one, referee. Well done, Bob. Could see it from the start.
Warrington transfer Bob Eccles.
And the substitution is Carl Webb coming on for Glyn Shaw. And Kelly's had a bump, and Tony Barrow's been to have a look at him because Gordon Pinkley was looking after Glyn Shaw. So it's 32 points to Wire, 11 to Sheffield Eagles. Carl Webb still not on the field. The referee's more concerned, and quite rightly, in seeing that the goal kick is taken correctly. Derek Whitehead thinks he's at Blackpool with his bucket. Brian Carvett to take the kick. It's there, no messing. Warrington 34 points, Sheffield Eagles 11. Tony Barrow holding number 8. He's already off. Colwell comes on.
Will the supporters to my right on the ground, Chuck, please go off the ground, Chuck, please, to go to the wall. I'll be asked to announce with the supporters
and it's Sheffield to kick off. The groundhouse appealing for supporters to stay off the ground track. And they look like a mixture of Warrington and Sheffield fans to me. But a very good kick that. Gives Warrington the ball. Jackson with it. Tony Worrell going to the middle. And Carl Webb gets his first touch. Takes 3 players to bring Carl down that time. Steve Moylan to Gregory. Reverse from Bob Eckel to Gregory. Gregory long pass to Paul Uname. Beats his man beautifully. Superb pass to Mark Foster. Mark Foster coming inside, beating 3 men, 4 men. Back to Paul Uname. What an understanding. Paul Uname going through. 3 men on him though. Good football. Classy football. Sheffield man injured, but Warrington in possession. Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly with a long pass taken one-handed by Carl Webb. Carl Webb to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles, he's trying to get out of the tackle. He's still on his feet now, he's down. He's going to play the ball to Moylan. And there's a punch down there at Bob Eccles, but the referee takes no notice. Ken Kelly with it. Puts a bomber in right on the sticks. Beautiful. Beautiful. But Morton takes it. Bit of a juggle, but he takes it. And he's grounded behind his own line. Very good tackle that by Brian Carbett. Sorry, Paul Unane. Having a good game. Well, it rhymes. The Sheffield man's still injured. And it's a drop out from under the sticks. Long kick taken very well by Kenneth Kelly. Ken looking for space. Finds Paul forward to Mark Foster. Foster tackled by Mitchell. This is Mark Roberts. Beats 2 men. Great prospect, young Roberts. Tony Worrell. An infringement. This is a kick. Kelly takes it quick. Gives it to Moylan. Moylan back to Kelly. Kelly dummies. Brought down. Gregory jigging through, still on his feet, jigging through, gets a pass in to John Bevan. John Bevan to Worrell. Worrell to Webb. Webb to Worrell. And Paul Ford gathers. Paul Ford well passed, good pass to Moylan. Moylan a long pass to Unane. Unane slips a beautiful inside pass. Classy pass again to Jackson. Jackson to Mark Foster. Mark Foster's going for the corner. Inside to John Bevan. And tried allowing that one, John. Bevan scored, and is he pleased about it? Superb rugby. Paul Unane involved again with a lovely passive movement with John Bevan and Mark Foster. John Bevan being the scorer. Warrington go up to 38 points. Still a lot of talking being done, both teams having little rabbits at each other as Carbett prepares to kick his goal. He's kicked 5 already. Steve Moylan giving instructions to Eccles as Carbett kicks. And it hits the post and bounces over, and that's a goal. Warrington reached the 40 points mark. Warrington scored 7 tries. Carbett's kicked 6 goals. 40 points to 11. John Bevan has the ball from the kick-off. On the wire 25. Webby comes in. 3 men to stop Webby. He's still on his feet. Plays the ball to Moylan. Moylan to Gregory. Gregory dummies beautifully, but then gives it to Bob Jackson. Bob Jackson, nice pass to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly comes inside, moves it outside Paul Unane. Good pass to Foster on the wing. Foster's going outside, but Pat Mitchell's got him into touch. That's the black lad on the wing. So many black players coming into rugby as they are in soccer. And it's a scrum, and it's Sheffield's head and ball. Pickerel gets it to from scrum half, gives it to Standoff Gamson. He slips, Kelly in the tackle. And it's the giant again, Redfern. 3 men crashing down. Bob Jackson in another tackle with Mark Roberts. Carl Webb, still Sheffield's ball. Morton the fullback with it to centre 3/4. Darryl Powell. Powell to Arnold Hema. Ball's going across Gamson. Gamson gets a pass, but Foster's come from the wing and puts the number 12, Peter Wilders, on the deck. Run around with Pickerel. Didn't come off. Gary Hetherington, which is a very hard name to say when you've had a pint. Gary Hetherington. And that's a kick for touch. Grubber. It hit a Warrington player. He was kicked by Arnold Hema. And Brian Carver has the ball. Paul Ford, the dummy half. He's looking for a gap. He's found it. Yes, he has. And he tries to get the ball out, but safely holds onto it. Bob Eccles turns it inside to Kenneth Kelly. Ken Kelly, not a good pass, Ken. Only charge of 10 for that one. Ruled knock on by Moylan, but Kelly will be the first to admit it was a bad pass. The referee, we can hear him talking to the forwards. Stay away till the ball's been brought round. Okay, packed down. Pickerel to put in for Sheffield. A veteran player. Differential penalty for loose arm against the wire. Oh, fancy. Fancy a Warrington hooker having a loose arm. Arnold Hema boots the ball left-footed on gains 10 yards or so, but it's safe. Oh, it's better safe than sorry. Pickerel to tap. Hema. Hema to Peter Wilders. Morton the fullback up to Gamson. Looks like a good move. Centre 3/4. Mark Campbell loses it, but now Pat Mitchell. The black lad's got it. He's seen the gap and he's over. No, he bounced it. He bounced it. Yes, definitely bounced it. Oh, he should never have bounced that. That was a definite bounce. He saw the gap and he went through it well. He looks a good prospect to me, but he definitely bounced that one. He went through the gap very well indeed. And there's a Warrington player injured. Yeah, Warrington player injured. The play goes on. Carl Webby has it. It's Mark Foster that's injured in his own goal area. There's a bad pass there, but it's taken by John Bevan, who feeds Paul Ford, who doesn't look as though he needs feeding. He's had a good game today, ever reliable. That's Moylan to Jackson. The mean machine from Australia, Digger. And Ken Kelly has it. Kelly plays to John B. Worrell gives to Gregory. Gregory on to Eccles. Eccles has seen the gaps. He's running through. He's lost the ball, but Gregory gathers. Gives it to Kelly. Kelly puts a little chip in. But Morton, he takes it very well, his fullback. Sandy-haired lad. Not much meat on him, but he's had a good game. And he's smiling as he gets rammed to the deck by Carl Webb, and not many people smile when Carl's had a crack at it. And the giant doesn't go down. He gives it to centre 3/4, Darryl Powell. Carl's just dumped the big man into the box with the help of Steve Moylan. And Ian Duane stripped to warm up. Who will come off? I think it might be JB. Only my guess. Could be anyone. I'm well away from the box. Got the best view on the ground. On top of the restaurant. here at Sheffield. Hoyunin seen the gap and he's going through it beautifully. This is lovely play, but he's tackled well by Morton. Not a lot of meat, as I say, but he's had a good game, the fullback for Sheffield. That's Webb. Gregory to Eccles. Eccles turning inside, looking for that gap. Has he found it? Slips it to Tony Worrell. Tony Worrell's grasped, only a few yards from the Sheffield Eagles line. Warrington 40 points up. Kelly has it, gives it to Gregory. Will Gregory score his try? He tries to dink inside, he's lost the ball. Sheffield have the ball. No, yes, Sheffield's ball. Mix up there with Gregory and Ken Kelly. Ian Duane still waiting, strip ready to come on. Not seen the number go up yet though, but Sheffield Eagles have it in their own half, and that man Hema, big fella, passes it on. Sheffield still in their own 25, and Mark Foster's been led off by Gordon Pinkley and Doc Rothwell. So obviously Ian Duane's coming on in place of the injured Mark Foster. Doesn't look very happy at all, Mark. He played so very, very well too, very, very well. Warrington with 12 men, and it's Gamson's got the field to himself with Paul Ford to beat, and he just doesn't have a chance of beating him. And he had Peter Ward as his centre outside, and he had a walk in, but Paul went for the man and got himself injured. But he did the right thing. Don't take the dummy, but he's injured too. He looks hurt. The referee stops the clock. Warrington are bringing on Ian Duane, number 14. And Paul Ford's hurt. And number 14, Ian Jowett, is coming on for Sheffield Eagles. So the two subs, both named Ian. Ian Duane, Ian Jowett. Jowett's not on yet. Physio Gordon is looking at Paul Ford, who looks a bit poorly to me. Reggie Bowden's going to have a look at him too. The referee's obviously concerned. The number 8, Big Steve, is coming off. Steve Redfern being substituted, replaced by Ian Jowett. And Glyn Shaw's coming back. Looks as though Paul's got to come off. In a super tackle. He took that man. And Paul Ford still on the deck. Players waiting for a scrum. The referee, now Paul Ford's coming off. I've not seen a card go up, but obviously Paul's in trouble. Doc Rothwell's out there. Reggie and Gordon carrying him like two props. Obviously a leg injury. So there's a shuffle in the team, and Ian Duane is playing left wing with number 14 on his back. Warrington have 40 points on the board. There's about 20 minutes to go. Let's make it 50 wire. Sympathetic round of applause for Paul Ford, who's had a very, very good game. Kelly's got the ball now. Gregory. Oh, the gap seen by Mark Roberts. Doesn't he spot these gaps? But a lovely tackle by that fullback again, Mark. He's a good lad, this. Don't know his track record. He only looks young. Moylan's fighting for release. Gregory's helping. Gregory acting halfback. Andy gets it. Very handy, Andy. But he's grasped. He can't get the ball away. Steve Moylan, dummy half. To Bob Jackson. Jackson to John Bev. John Bev looks for the gap, finds it, looking for his wingman. Slips it. Lovely. To Brian Calvert, but he's brought down by Ian McDonald. Bob Jackson to Kent Kelly. Kent Kelly with an up and under. Taken very, very well indeed. And Sheffield still with it. Tony Worrell, the tackler. pause as I light one of my free 20 silk cut cigarettes, which I don't normally smoke. And it's Fulbert Morton playing the ball, its final tackle, and Pickerel puts a little chip in it. It's good, but it's taken very well indeed, because Kelly's very good at going for chips. He goes to them every day. The world of sport. And nice side step by Gregory, but he can't beat his men. Another Warrington injury. Looks like Mark Roberts, but the play goes on, and it's Jackson. He never stops, Bob. Gordon Pinkley attending to the left knee of Mark Roberts as Bob Eccles goes on a break. Cultured hustler, as I used to call him. And it's Andy Gregory. Long floated pass taken well by John Bevan, but the reception committee of centre and wingmen put him on the turf. And that's an up and under from Paul Unane, taken very well by this Morton. What a good game. I keep saying it, but he's had a smashing game. Curly red hair, loses the ball. Whose is it? Referee stops the clock. He's injured. Morton is injured. I wonder if these injuries that we've had are caused by the very hard pitch. I imagine they are, actually. Had a walk on it with the lads and I thought it was rather hard. But all the players wanted to play, and the referee and the linesman, they said it was playable. Our directors agreed it was playable. Obviously their directors wanted some cash through the tills. So it's a scrum down again, and it's Andy Gregg to feed from the far side. And Sheffield get the ball. Here MacDonald slips it to that man Heema. He loses it. Kick back to Worrell. Worrell gives it to Moylan. Moylan foraging through. Misses Gregory, but Calvert gets it and turns inside, going towards the Sheffield 25 line. Slips the ball. There's a knockback from Paul Unane to Kelly. Kelly gives it to Bob Eccles, one-handed American style pass from Bob Eccles, not a good one, but John Bev gathers. John Bev is tackled. Come on, why? Let's have these 50 points. Glenn Shaw back in action. Moylan Steve. Gregory Andy. Waddle Tony. Unane Paul. He did a roll then, actually hurt his head on the hard ground. It's a very bad pass, but it's gathered by Glenn Shaw. Had a good game. Mark Roberts. Bob Eccles with an up and under. That's a high one. It bounces between Pat Mitchell and Ian Duane. Neither went for it. And Sheffield Eagles have possession on their own 25-yard line. Pat Mitchell with it, the black lad. The Warrington choirs move from our left now to our right. They want to see the tries scored, but they've stopped the singing. I'm not going to stop watch with me, but I reckon we've about 30 minutes to play. And this is a good break, this. This is Kevin Farrell. And throws a very bad pass out. And Pat Mitchell goes for it with his feet, but it's well taken there. Well taken there. That's Tony Worrell. Ian Duane, number 14, making the break. Worrell the dummy half to Big Bob. Big Bob striding through the gap. Will Morton taking this time. There's a big cover and there's no one backing up. No one near him. I think Brian Calvert should have been there. Tell me off, Brian, if I'm wrong. John Bevan running strong. Overhead pass there, but it's fumbled and knock on given. There is a silk cut outstanding player of the game award, not man of the match for some reason. And veteran Vince Farrer comes on at number 15, replacing veteran Billy Harris. He's been about a bit, Vince Farrer. Vince Farrer, number 15, in place of Billy Harris. And the score stands: Sheffield Eagles 11, Warrington 40. Couple of tries and a goal, now 50, and it's that man Mitchell from the wing coming inside, tackled on his own 25-yard line by Big Bob. He plays it. Pickerel. Wilders. Awful pass that bounces right to Mark Roberts, but he can't do much but go down with it safely, clutched in his hands. Andy Gregory throws it to Kelly. Kelly on to Grinshaw. Not a good pass, and Kelly knows it. Big Bob has a word with him. Kelly shrugs. Begins to know if it's cold out there. It's getting cold up here now. So our cameraman agrees with me. So who will be man of the match? Well, there's lots of candidates. Morton's been outstanding, I think, at full-back for Sheffield. But I think it'll go to a Warrington player. I'll have a go at guessing before it's announced. And Sheffield have it, and in the tackle there's John Bevan and Andy Gregg. But the man gets up and Kelly has to come in and put down Mr. Hemer. Vince Farrer with his first touch to Pickerel. Bob Jackson and Tony Waddle, terrible Tooton. In the nicest sense, they tackle anything, and they lose the ball, and Warrington gain it, and it's Bob Jackson. Swinging tackle from Tony Waddle, and the ball ran loose to Bob. And now Carl Webb's got it, number 15, shrugs off two men, but brought down. The silk award has been announced. I'll go to Calvert.
After the game, Mr. Queen has been announced to representative Silk. Well, I know the match has been very close, but the press has decided to give it to Ken Kelly.
The press have decided that the Silk Cut Award goes to Ken Kelly.
Silk Cut Award to Ken Kelly of Warrington.
Well, the press have the choice. We all have our own choices. Every man's played well today for a while. Ken gets the award. He might think about buying us a drink. And it's a good run from Bob Jackson. Come on, let's have a try. And there's the Silk Cut Award winner to Gregory. Lovely pass to Waddle. Waddle's going towards the sticks, but he slips this lovely pass into Mark Roberts, and Mark Roberts is there just to the right hand of the upright, and one of the Sheffield players, Gamson, collides with the post, and it was Waddle made the deciding pass. Mark Roberts scores. He'll be delighted. Takes Warrington to all the fours. 44. Easy kick for Calvert. I think it's 75 quid, I'm not sure, for the Silk Cut Player of the Game Award, I think they call it, not Man of the Match. And Calvert has got an easy kick here, and he slots it through. 46, we need another try for the 50. I'm good at maths. I would have thought Calvert, on his goal kicking and that try scored, would have clinched the man of the match. 7 goals and a try is not bad in any circumstances. And Sheffield kick deep, but the ball's taken very well by Paul Unane, who gets to his passes on 25-yard line, and Vince Farrer drops his huge frame on him. Ian Duane to Glyn Shaw, another big man. And it's Kelly with the pass to John Bevan. Andy Gregg. John Bev plays it to Tony Worrell. Tony Worrell tries to make ground. Emer and Wilder in the temple. Andy Gregory, a little bit of juggle. Pass intercepted. Right, the number 11 is going to the line, but it's a good tackle, a great tackle by Bob Jackson. It's Kevin Farrell. He saw the gap, but that was a fine tackle from Bob Jackson. And Sheffield putting the pressure on now. Will we see one of those tries come up again? Keep him out, Wire. Keep him out. Arnold Hema, who seems to be in the game a lot. For Eagles, Vince Farrer. Long pass to number 12, Peter Wilders. And it's a try. It's a try. That shouldn't have been scored, but it was. Takes Sheffield to 15 points. Warrington on 46, Sheffield on 15. 6 minutes to go. Not counting stoppages for injuries, which there have been a few. Not sure. Not sure who the try scorer was. The ground announcer will probably tell us. Goal kicker is Arnold Hema. Left foot, and he misses. 46-15. Sorry, couldn't identify the scorer of that try for Eagles, but there's another substitution. Kevin Farrell is replaced by Billy Harris. Number 11 replaced by number 10. It's Andy Gregg to kick off. Andrew Gregory. And it bounces well for the Sheffield player. Carl Webb at the tackle, John Bev trying to pinch the ball. Vince Farrer. Jeff Morton, who makes his first mistake, and Kelly gathers it well. Ball coming left, Bob Eccles got it, foraging away, looking for a man. Slips it back to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly, a good pass to Andrew Gregory. Gregory to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts, lovely pass. And it's Gregory to Unane, and Unane's almost over the line. He kicks it forward and scores. Yes, this man's clever. This man's clever. He did a great game.